Hey, loves. I hope y'all done had a blessed day. Um, I just want to say this, you guys. Have you ever, well, I know we all have, but some people we're a little perfect. So we'll say we never did this or made mistakes or whatever it may be. But if you done made mistakes towards a loved one or whatever, and they also done made mistakes towards you also. We're not gonna get into who did it first because it could have been them, it could have been you. But that doesn't matter. Have you made the mistakes towards a loved one and you may have wronged them in some type of way, but not in an evil way because just evil just not in my blood. You know, getting you up out my face and getting you up off me is in my blood, but being evil, just really downright evil, that's not in my blood. I just know it's not, and I just have so many ways of proof that I know it's not in my blood. But you ever wronged a loved one and you went back, you had that communication with them, open communication. No matter what they told you, you didn't go in on them, you didn't get mad. They just let you know where you failed them at, or where you made a mistake, and you apologized for everything. You sincerely apologized because you really, you know, God had already put on your heart where you had failed, and you knew you was sincerely wrong, or you just failed them out of human error, because we not perfect, It was just out of human error when you was trying to fail them or anything. Because basically, this was you're not trying to fail them. You wasn't trying to fail them, but you did just by being a human being. But you did sincerely apologize later on when y'all had that open communication, and they silently accept that apology, but they continue to pretty much use the guilt towards you of you apologizing and just try to use you after that. Where she feels guilty, so I'm gonna continue to badger her and use her as much as I can because she feels sorry. But they never apologize to you for the wrong that they done to you. They never apologize. They just continue to use you up and use the guilt of you apologizing for your wrong against you just to do you wrong, just to continue to do you wrong, to continue to use you up because they know your heart is good and they know you have good intentions and they know you meant your apology. But by them knowing that, they feel like they had an upper hand. Eventually, you have to come to that point where no matter who they are, you have to just like cut them off. Like I think before you cut them off, you need to communicate to them why you cut them off, because I think that's better just letting them know because you will feel better. Now they know, I cut you off because X, Y, and Z, ABC. This is why I cut you off. You know, they won't think that you just went dead on them and just, well, I don't even know why. We talked last week and now she just not responding to me or wanting to talk to me. Like I just done had this in my life, because my heart is big. I know people try to tell me, you don't have to tell me what your heart is. We can see it. I'm gonna say it tonight. Nobody's gonna stop me. My heart is big. And that's why sometimes I can get really angry with people because I would do the right thing by you. But once you cross me, you can see an ugly person out of me, you know, because my intentions are never to hurt someone, never, never to hurt anyone. I never think about it until that person cross me or start showing me something about them. And most times, if they're not somebody that I'm just really, you know, close in my life and I'm need in my life, I gotta have in my life, I just cut them off and move on. I don't make a big deal out of it. But if it's somebody that's close to me, like a relative or something like that, a good friend maybe, which I don't do that too much because it's just a new day and time and friends are not friends. But, I try to communicate and let them know what I'm feeling before I have to cut them off. But I just don't like the part of people trying to manipulate you from your guilt of you apologizing to them about, where you done failed them at. Because sometimes people fail us and it's not intentionally. They fail us because of human error. Somebody that's big enough, got a heart big enough to come back and say, hey, I apologize because I failed you in this area, but it wasn't intentionally. They apologize and show you differently and try to show you that I really didn't mean to fail you, but I'm not perfect. Somebody like that I can accept. But people have gotten into a place where they decide that I'm not going to apologize. She apologized first, so she the only one wrong. So I'm not apologizing. I'm just going to take that guilt that she got on her and I'm just going to use it up much as I can until she get tired of me. But basically, they think you're never going to get tired. They basically think you're never going to cut them off. That's what they basically think. So I just want to say tonight, you got people like that in your life. You need to communicate with them and let them know how you feel. And remove yourself from the situation. Don't be used and abused. One thing I hate is being abused. I do not like abuse at all. Being abused is not my baby, it's not my thing. And I don't like people that's abusive. I don't like people that don't like to come forward and apologize. That's something I still work on right now, but I done worked on so hard that I try to apologize. If I realize that I have done you some type of wrong, if you really mean just that much to me, because I can't say if you just an outsider, hey, I probably can apologize to you too if I see my wrong and you still around and you approach me correctly. But if you don't approach me correctly, honey, don't look for nothing nice out of me. I'm a kind person, but I got my other side and my ways too, and I got my flaws also. And I'll be the first to admit, I'm it is what it is with me. I try to be kind, but I'm not perfect. And I help you get people around you that'll make that other side of you come out. They will push that side of you out. Baby, they'll do all they can to get it out of you. I don't like two-faced people. I just think they slimy and I don't like them. And a lot of people don't like me, but that's fine. I don't care. They think I'm mean or whatever because I'm very like speak my mind type of person, but I really don't speak my mind all the time because there's a lot of things I can say about a lot of things, but I don't because sometimes it's better to be quiet. But I just feel like, saying this tonight, if you have people like that in your life and you don't apologize to them for your failure and they still decide, okay, well, I'm going to use that to manipulate you. I'm going to use that to use you up and do you all kind of ways. They playing like they cool with you, but they never are. Man, cut their tail off. Show them the dough. Show them the dough. You know, do something. Don't let somebody keep on doing you any kind of way or running you crazy, studying your life, and you sitting here looking and you seeing the bull crap, you seeing the manipulation, but you still staying around, sticking around, trying to be kind. How kind can you be? So you more loyal to them than you are to yourself. Loyalty is good, baby. But loyalty is not always good when you're more loyal to other people than you are to yourself. Loyalty can be good and bad. And I learned that because I used to be more loyal to other people than I were to myself. And that's how I got caught up in a lot of situations. But that's past mistakes now. I learned from it and I moved on from it. I'm not gonna beat myself up, but I ain't finna let nobody manipulate me. Because I may have humanly erred and wronged them, and I did have enough strength and didn't let pride take me over, and I went back and I apologized. I apologized to them whatever wrong I had done, and they just decided, well, I done her wrong too, but I'm not apologizing. I'm finna use her apology to my advantage. No, you're not gonna use it to your advantage because you're gonna see the ugly in me when you start trying to use it to your advantage. But that's just a question I had to ask. Comment, below this video and let me know, have you ever gone through that? Some of y'all going through that now, and you just ain't got the strength enough to just, release that person or those people. Because some of those people are so close to you, they're your kids, um, maybe your boyfriend, your ex, I don't know, but it's somebody close to you and you just having a hard time releasing that person to God and letting him deal with where you already apologized and you sincerely meant it. So you don't want to, you don't want to release it. But I love you guys. I just had to ask you guys that question. I would love to hear y'all side of the story. I would love to see y'all comment about it and give me, because sometimes y'all have a clearer mind on things, and I can read y'all comment and say, okay, well, okay, yeah, this is a good way to handle it. Okay, yeah, this, but I ain't gonna, just go with anything. Right now, my mind is decided, that people are manipulative. They very manipulative, and sometimes you drop your pride because God say pride is not cute. So sometimes you drop your pride after God get finished wailing on you about it. You drop your pride and you apologize to these people, and they decide, okay, well, I'm finna use this apology against her. I'm finna start being manipulative and just using it against her guilt or whatever. She feel guilty. So I'm gonna use it over her head. Being manipulative. You guys, being manipulative. But I love you guys. I hope y'all been had a blessed week. Y'all comment on this and keep your head up, stay strong, start seeing people errors. Also see your errors, because we all have errors. We all make mistakes, you know. Y'all have a good night. Mwah.